what's up? It's your boy E Money, E Dog, stay 100 always. And anyways, we got a lot to talk about today. I was gonna sit here and talk about my personal life with you all. You know, this is my first video with me. This is the first ever podcast I'm gonna do. You know, because I feel like it's just time to grow. So make sure, but first, before we get into everything, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for daily content. I will be posting every other day. So you don't have to worry about when the schedule is, what time it's going to be. I will post that all on my IG story or even my Twitter or my Snapchat if my Snapchat works. Because my Snapchat has been acting up lately due to the Snapchat updates, the Snapchat shutdowns, and everything like that. So, anyways, let's get into this. Let's go. So for the first topic we're going to get into, the first thing I want to talk about is, who am I? Who am I as a person? Who am I? Who's this? Like, what's he made of? What's he going to bring us? First things first, you already know who I am. Elijah Smalls. I grew up in the Mansfield, Massachusetts area, the Bristol County. That town was, I can't even describe how often I loved the town of Mansfield, Massachusetts. I thought, it was in the middle, I can say. I really can't say it was a good town to live in, because right now I live in Foxborough, so it's wonderful. It's better than what Mansfield brought to me, because I feel like there's nothing to do in that town. Literally nothing to do in that town. And for the first time ever, I'm actually getting the chance to make this video, because I'm away from the times where I was in Mansfield and then I moved, and I can finally clear my head, clear everything inside of me, and make sure I get my social anxiety up, because right now I'm dealing with it right now. Usually when I'm feeling some type of way with anxiety, tense up, my heart beats fast, and it just gets out of control from there. First things first, I want to mention that when the first time, shit's good, but anyways, I want to discuss how often I can be moody, I can be mad, I can be angry, I can be upset, I can be happy. I have some sort of short-term mood swings. It's just who I am as a person. It's just who I am. Personally, I want to say that I'm a popular loner, which means that you're very well known, but you're not really with the group. You're like staying out the mix a little bit. And I feel like I'm that type of person that stays out the mix, that's not really trying to gain any popularity or is trying to gain any credibility. I'm just a person out here just trying to work, just trying to move on in my life, try to help my family, help my friends, start to give back to communities, different communities around the world and everything. Not just Mansfield, not just Foxborough, but everywhere where everyone needs help, because I feel like that's where everyone is lacking in this world, because we don't have people helping out people who really need help. And I just think that, the world we live in is we're living in critical times right now, and dealing with COVID, dealing with gun violence, gang violence, this and that, political disruptions, arguments, and I just feel like all that type of stuff is personal, all that type of stuff is pointless as fuck. And I feel like every single day you want to think about, okay, what's going to happen today? What's going to happen tomorrow? Or what's even going to happen in the next year? Because we don't know. So there's lots of stuff that the government is trying to keep, this political agenda, just to push it further, just to make everybody turn against each other. And that's something that needs to be fixed. It needs to be addressed. But first thing I want to say is that before I started making this video, this is way before COVID even started, or even during COVID, we were dealing with, some political racism. And I feel like the people that I've always gotten into arguments with, I feel like they're ignorant. I feel like their ignorance comes into play. I feel like everybody's ignorance comes into play when it talks about the political agenda in the United States of America. We don't have a good government. This is not the greatest country in the world. And I've said this time and time again. This is not the greatest country in the world. If this was the greatest country in the world, we would have had so many equal stuff that everyone would have been satisfied if we would just stay equal and just stop racism altogether. But I feel like folks just wants to keep this going further, because right now I can tell you right now we are in end times, man. We're in end times. And when you talk about people who are bashing the Black Lives Matter movement and not even focusing on the Blue Lives Matter movement that started the war between this big game of what's that word I'm looking for? Big game of disrespect. There's disrespect going on both sides of the bar, and I think that it's kind of tilting either way, either side, because there's been lots of things that have been switched up, that have been said that's not even close to being true. And I feel like once we focus on that, once we get close to negotiating with the government, just to try to push more positive recreation of ancestors back in the day, or what we dealt with before my time. I feel like the government needs to push the agenda of, okay, what can we do to stop police brutality? What can we do to stop the racist agenda, which we had spread across this country because of, the former president himself, Donald Trump. Obviously, he wasn't a good president. We already knew that. Let's keep that out the door. We already knew that. Yeah, for the people that still want him to be president are stupid as fuck, because I feel like they're just trying to cause more havoc, and it's just gonna fuck everything up. And we as people, we stand our ground very well, to the point where we think that it needs to be locked in our minds that every time we can carry guns, start a war, go back and forth. America is based on violence, racism. See, those two that's America described in just 2 words. I could describe it in about 2 words, but I'm gonna say 2: violence and racism. You look at our schools; it's never taught in our schools. It's never taught in our schools, and I've said this before. It's never taught in our schools. We've talked about very minimum Black historic figures. We could talk about MLK. We could talk about Rosa Parks. There's many other Black historians in this country that no school ever talks about. And then I feel like that's what's causing division in our country, is that the teachers in the school systems are not teaching kids about any other Black historians and what other racism that went on in back in the day in America. And it's just like, it's the problem. That's the problem. We have division caused by our schools not teaching anything more about racism. They need to go deeper. I think the government needs to go deeper. Anyways, scratch that off. I just need to get that out. But with me, I want to say this. I'm a very genuine person. I'm very calm. I'm soft talk. I'm not really that type of person just try to go really hard in their videos, just trying to lose your energy. Nah, I'm this person that I want to be cool. I want to be chill. I just want to be able to talk to you guys face to face, and just to get to know me as a person that is trying to grind and is trying to be successful in life and do it for the love of God, because He created us. He created humans for a reason, to put on this earth so we can live our life, so we can be grateful. Be grateful to live the next day, because you don't know when it's your time to go. And I feel, and you know, it gets to me because I've lost I lost people years past. It hurt me. It hurt me. And I feel like I was the only one, you know, I was focusing on my suffering, you know, because I feel like no one understands where you're at mentally after you lose a loved one. And it sucks. It fucking sucks. But, you know, at the same time, I want to be able to let my feelings out, let my emotions out for the better of it, because, you know, you can lose you can lose a loved one. It doesn't matter if you die from, you know, regular, you know, I don't know. It doesn't matter. You can lose a loved one, and it fucks with you everywhere in your body, your mind, mental, your physical. It's harsh. It gets harsh on your body. And that's the problem with people, because they don't understand that. They don't want to go into that phase. But it happens. It just appears. So the best thing you try to do is work on yourself. Be positive. Go out there and grind, and make sure you get your bread so you can be satisfied. So you can satisfy God, your family, your friends, and everyone around you. Last things first. I want to say, I didn't have too many friends, so if what y'all could do is y'all could subscribe, like, and comment, that would be really appreciated. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you like this video. You know, stay sharp, stay honest, you know, stay positive, stay blessed. Do anything you're doing, do it for the love of God. All right? Love y'all. Peace. Stay home.